Bobby Lane fades to fire another aerial.
Calvin Johnson dives. Touchdown, Detroit Lions.
Disassembled by Detroit's Silver Rush defense.
Billy Sims following Dexter Bussey.
The score is now 59-14. The Detroit Lions are champions of the National Football League.
This is Lions Today.
So the Lions lose yesterday 19-9 in the final preseason game of 2022. And we see once again that the Lions do not have a backup quarterback, should one have to be called into duty if starter Jared Goff goes down. David Blau, 17 of 32, 160 yards, a touchdown. Tim Boyle, 5 of 15, 64 yards, a pick. The most important position in all of professional sports is quarterback. Whether you're the Lions or the defending champion Rams, you better have a backup quarterback who has a pulse, because sooner or later, your starter's going to go down. It's just the way of the league. Even with the rules changes protecting quarterbacks now more than ever, you better have a backup. If we know David Blau can't play worth a shit in the NFL, how do you think his teammates in the locker room feel? Well, let's see how the team performs if Goff goes down. It's inexcusable that Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell have not addressed this. We knew in 2019 David Blau couldn't play NFL football when he was called into duty as a rookie when Stafford went down. Started 5 games, Lions 0-5. Completed 54% of his passes, 4 touchdowns, 6 picks. His quarterback rating 64. Pedestrian at best. Hell, the 3 college quarterbacks at the big universities in the state of Michigan, Peyton Thorne, Cade McNamara, and J.J. McCarthy, are all better than the dumpster fire of a backup quarterback situation that the Lions have. When the hell is the last time that this franchise had a legitimate backup quarterback who played any length of time and showed any promise at all? Sean Hill in 2010 when Stafford went down again in year 2. Stafford only played 3 games that year. Sean Hill played 11, started 10, 61% completions. He threw for 2,600 yards, 16 touchdowns, 12 picks. His quarterback rating was 81.3. I can't find a quarterback from that time until now that was worth a shit that was a backup quarterback with the Lions. Maybe I'm wrong. If I forgot somebody, let me know. Aside from Sean Hill, what the hell you got to go back to? Gus Frerotte in 1999 when he led the Lions into the wild card with like an 8-8 record, and the last loss that the Super Bowl champion Rams had that year was to the Lions in the Silver Dome?
4th and 26. So Frerotte just hoping for a miracle. Crowell gets behind 2 defenders, 57 yards. 3 plays later, it's 3rd and 15 with the Lions in business. Frerotte to Crowell, but it's pass interference on McLeon. So now on the 12-yard line, 1st and 10 with 33 seconds to go. Frerotte to Johnny Morton. Touchdown! Lions 31, Rams 27.
Yeah, the Lions beat the Rams. Both teams were 6-2 at the time back in 1999, the good old days when the Lions were actually somewhat competitive at times in the playoff hunt. Bobby Ross versus Dick Vermeil, November 7th, 1999. Gus Frerotte comes off the bench for Charlie Batch, 12 of 16, 209 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's the last time the Lions had a backup quarterback come off the bench in an injury situation and light the world on fire. 1999! How many of you weren't even alive then? Holy Christ. You got to go all the way back to 1993, the last time the Lions had a legitimate backup quarterback where if the starter goes down, you could plug this guy in and the team wouldn't miss a beat. Eric Kramer did it twice. In 1993, Kramer, as a last resort for Wayne Fonts after an entire season of quarterback shuffle, led the Lions to their last divisional championship, winning the regular season finale against the Packers at the Silverdome before losing to the Packers a week later in the NFC wildcard on that crazy play from Brett Favre to Sterling Sharp at the end of the game. Kramer's biggest year, though, came in 1991. Kramer comes in for the injured Rodney Peete, blew his Achilles out against the Cowboys. Kramer comes in, team doesn't miss a beat. They go all the way to the NFC Championship before losing, and Kramer's the quarterback for the Lions' only playoff win since 1957. January 5th, 1992, Dallas versus Detroit at the Silverdome.
What a day this guy's had, Eric Kramer.
You talk about being cool and confident. Eric Kramer is just growing and growing with confidence in this game. I mean, he has been amazing today.
Eric Kramer, 29 of 38, 341 yards, 3 touchdowns. Quarterback rating 129.4. Lions win 38-6.
Pass is picked off. He went in the wrong direction. Going to be a touchdown, Detroit. Melvin Jenkins from 41 yards away. And this place is going crazy.
Loudest stadium I've ever been in my life. I saw Van Halen, Pink Floyd, Metallica at the Silverdome. None of them were as loud as the fans that day when that playoff victory happened. It was unreal. But that's the last time the Lions had a legitimate backup quarterback who could win you a championship should the starter go down. Because Sean Hill and Gus Frerotte weren't those guys. You got to go back 30 effing years. It's absolutely ridiculous. There's no excuse for it. And let's just hope that the Lions and Jared Goff can stay healthy this year so that they can be competitive and give us hope. Because if he goes down, it's curtains. You're looking at another 3-win season. It's the most important position in professional sports. And it's an absolute dereliction of duty that they have not addressed this situation and have an adequate plan in place in case all their marbles get dumped on the floor if Jared Goff gets a boo-boo. And of all the things that Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes and this current regime in charge of the Detroit Lions has done right for the last year and a half, 2 years, this is a glaring omission from that record. And I don't buy this crap that, you can't afford to keep a backup quarterback. You got to have the roster open with other players. Why? It's the most important position in professional sports. And if you're serious about building a culture of winning, you better have a backup quarterback who doesn't have his head up his ass when he's out on the field. So now, instead of preparing for this last spring, whether it be through the NFL draft or free agency, I mean, hell, like I just said 5 minutes ago, we knew David Blau couldn't play in 2019, and his ass is still on the roster in 2022. There's no reason for it. And I hope it doesn't cost the team. Because offensively with Goff, they're going to be pretty good. I think they're going to be fun to watch. They're going to have to win with shootouts because that defense is still a work in progress. But you're going to be shooting yourself in the foot if Goff goes down, and you got to rely on David Blau to get this team victories and get momentum going. All the momentum that you've been building in this offseason with Hard Knocks and all that jazz. That'll all go out the window if Jared Goff goes off the field on a stretcher. We'll be back with more Lions Today later this week. It's about time for football. Enough talk. Let's go. The preseason's over, and I'm looking forward to seeing this offense with a healthy, productive quarterback in action. Hopefully, we don't have to see the alternative if disaster strikes. According to Firekeepers Casino's Daisy Sportsbook, the Lions are plus 900 to win the NFC North, and the Lions over and under on win total this season still sits at 6.5. Will the Lions make the playoffs? Daisy Sportsbook, yes, plus 375. No, minus 550. All kinds of stuff here. Interesting. Anyway, look, all this is for naught if the Lions don't address the backup quarterback situation. It's so counterintuitive to me in the history of this league. Teams that have backup quarterbacks know what they're doing. Those that don't end up 3-13 and people get fired. That's commentary. I'm Doug Warren.
Firekeepers Online Casino and Sportsbook is the site to play. Get your Vegas on right now from your phone, tablet, or laptop. All the hottest slots and tables, plus sports betting featuring in-game wagering. Go with the name you know. Firekeepers. Get your first casino deposit and sports wager matched up to $500 each. Visit firekeeperscasino.com to download the mobile app today. Terms and conditions apply. Must be 21 or older and located in Michigan. Gambling problem? Call the Michigan Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-270-7117.
Lions Today is your podcast for bite-sized chunks of news, commentary, and perspective on the Detroit Lions and National Football League. The podcast will expand with live post-game coverage when the season starts. Advertising and sponsorship opportunities are available. Message the show at dutchclark@gmail.com or hit us up anytime on social media at Lions Today. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you again soon.